right, we're back here on the show. It's me, Hugh, and Hildegard is here. It's Friday, and now we've got Priyen-raja.
Perfect.
And Helen, your wife, joining us here. We're going to glad to have you guys on the show. I'm looking forward to a great conversation.
Thank you for having us.
Because you're a life coach and you do some hypnotherapy, and Helen, you're a chiropractor, and no doubt those things come together and help a lot of people.
Well, it strikes me, I come to see you because I have my back not working, and then I see your card, Optimal Performance Coach, and I'm saying, I thought I was doing everything right. What went wrong?
I'll help your mind get working better.
Yes. So you are the mind, and she is the body. Mm-hmm. How did that come around? Don't you tell us a little bit about how you came to do what you do so people can get a bit about your background?
Yeah, of course. I'll tell a little bit about me first. Originally, I've been doing hypnotherapy for over 18 years now. So working with people, helping them shift, helping them overcome negative habits and behaviors, and really helping them to transform their lives. Mm-hmm. And around 5 years ago, I was introduced to a new modality called accelerated evolution. And it's an opportunity to really help people get amazing shifts, but really help them break through on a deeper level. And it's a very easy, it's a very fast and safe approach to help people really boost their performance. So that's been my mission now, really helping all types of people, athletes, entrepreneurs, just people who are looking to shift and transform their life and really evolve. And really you see how beautiful and how great it is.
Okay, so I've never heard of this before, accelerated evolution as a modality.
It's a modality.
Yes. Yeah. So what
technique.
is it, and where did it come from?
Well, it's actually been tested and proven now. It's over 40 years in practical. And the beauty of it is that there's these processes that can really help a person dissolve emotional charges. See, what happens is when we have a negative experience, unfortunately that leaves an imprint in your mind, and it leaves a negative one. Now that negative imprint keeps moving you forward in life. And what happens, unfortunately, is those negative experiences keep impacting on your future. What happens? You keep staying in a vicious cycle, and you keep repeating these things over and over again, and then people wonder why they're not moving forward.
And everybody knows about that, right? The patterns that we repeat,
yes.
Right? And we know, I always do this. This is my life. Why is, but that's exactly what you're talking about.
But knowing, in my experience, is doing is the real key. Knowing is one thing, awareness, but then if you don't do anything about it, you're still stuck.
You're stuck in that
And
pattern.
I think it's worse if you know and you don't do, as opposed to just not knowing.
But it's frustrating because people who are stuck, and like myself even, right? It's like, I know, but I don't know how to break out. And most people probably, even though they try their best, they read all those self-help books and all that stuff, they're still finding themselves in that pattern more often than not.
Right, and that's because in terms of our mind, coming from a chiropractic standpoint as well, early on in my practice, I realized how powerful the mind is and how it actually will allow the body to let go of certain patterns or to create new patterns. And so the conscious mind is only about, scientifically, they have measured now to about 8 to 10% of the mind power. And so consciously we may know, okay, I need to change this, I need to let go of this, but it's not until the subconscious, unconscious mind, which is like the caboose of the 80% of the mind power, is up to date and aligned with that, where you'll actually start to shift. So different techniques like the accelerated evolution and some other mind-body types of techniques can help someone to uncover what it is that is stuck and to actually get the subconscious, unconscious mind up to date so that it can allow the person to now say, okay, you know what, this is the way I want to move forward in my life.
Well, how does that relate to brain chemistry? Because I forget the gentleman's name who wrote this book on the brain making new connections.
Neuroplasticity.
Neuroplasticity. So the habits, I know, as you were saying, I know something, but then the habits need to be changed, and that I have a visual of a track in mud, and the car wheels have gone through it. In the olden days when we didn't have concrete, and the mud, the track gets deeper and deeper, and they say,
Right.
well, you have to do certain things for 20 some days
21 days is
for
normal.
the brain
yeah.
to rewire itself.
Right. Neuroplasticity.
Neuroplasticity, does
Yes.
it do that? Like when you're going through this accelerated evolution, do you still have to go through this process of consciously creating new habits?
Well, see,
I'm
and-
just thinking of addictions,
Yes.
or they were talking about somebody's trauma of having a loved one shot here in Toronto.
Yes.
A young woman recently got shot, and she was pregnant, and now all these people that had somebody in their life that got they
A
lost
trauma,
them in
yes.
trauma in a
Yes.
similar
Yes.
kind, they all get reactivated. And I'm thinking, this is terrible. We should stop spreading bad news. you
Yeah,
know?
but see, here's the key. What happens is when there's a traumatic event, it scars and leaves a negative traumatic imprint in the mindset. And now, when you talked about the 21 days, the beauty of this process is if that emotional charge is in there, now the beauty of this technique is it's a way to quickly go right into that spot and dissolve it. So by dissolving it, you
Instant,
don't
not
have
21 days, right?
Yeah, it's
Surgically
within one or
removed,
two
so to speak.
sessions. One or two sessions working with clients now, we can help them overcome traumatic traumas that have been affecting them all their life, and within an hour or two. And I don't mean to say it's. I'm not trying to say it's a fast and that quickly can heal everybody. But what I want you to understand is that those things have been affecting people all their life.
Yeah.
And what happens is when it's in the mind and that charge is there, it holds them back in all areas of their life.
Yeah.
So the beauty of this is I can't change what's happened, but if I can help you remove the emotional attachment to the event, then you can actually start to create more of a peaceful clarity and start really living life where you're creating it in like a new space. And that to me is the beauty.
Okay, so what is it in a nutshell? Like essentially, what is this? What do you call it?
Accelerated evolution?
Accelerated evolution.
To me,
yeah.
the name is it. It's an accelerated way of evolutionary creating for you a new life, the way you want it to be, and helping you get past whatever's holding you back. And it's the easiest, fastest way to take you from a problem to a solution.
So what is different between you being a hypnotherapist as well? Then I'm going to some other hypnotherapist. Like I personally went
Yeah,
to hypnotherapy
what's the difference
before.
or
And
the
yes,
advantage?
I must say, it makes a difference. And yet, there are certain things in my life as well where hypnotherapy hasn't really reached yet.
Gotcha. And to me, I mean, I think hypnotherapy, I've been doing it for so long. I think it's a beautiful technique. It's great. It helps specifically create change and shift. For example, for weight loss, overcoming anxiety, helping people stop smoking, reducing their alcohol intake. And to me, again, beautiful hypnosis can help, and that's great. And so I don't say there's a difference between me or them. The only difference is, there's experience. Some people might have more than others. But to me, if someone's inspired to do hypnotherapy, I encourage them.
So hypnotherapy is a vital part of accelerated
No,
evolution.
these are completely
I guess,
different.
It's something
These
different.
are completely different. This is something that came to me a few years ago. It was actually introduced to me by a gentleman named Satya-and-Raja. He's my brother as well.
Yeah.
But he actually found the technique, and he brought it back to North America. And it's a technique that, for me, I just feel is a lot more deeper, and it's a lot more powerful, and it happens quicker.
Even than hypnosis.
Yes.
Yeah. And so if I could explain it a little bit differently as well, is that, we're both, even my husband and myself are coming from different backgrounds in terms of hypnotherapy or chiropractic. But in essence, the reason why we say that we're more optimal performance or optimal health coaches is because we take all of our education and all of our experiences and all of these different kinds of modalities that we've kind of put into our toolbox, so to say, so that we can start to really help people get to the next level. And so, at this point too, sometimes people say, okay, well, what do you do? He's been doing hypnosis for 18 years. I've been doing chiropractic for 15, 16 years. But that's not necessarily who we are. What we bring to the table is all of our experience and all of our different modalities that we've learned, some that work better than others. But in essence, the nugget, I think, that kind of maybe sets us apart a little bit is the power of the mind. Like, we really focus on getting people to shift their mindset in order to create that change. Because really, in terms of, like Priyen was talking about, the top athletes, what sets a top athlete apart from the one that's going to really be at the top of the game? It's not their skill or muscle or any of that stuff. It's actually their mindset. And what is it that blocks them and holds them back is not going to be a logical, conscious thing. It's going to be an unconscious, subconscious thing, which, like accelerated evolution and many different types of techniques, but this one, in terms of our experience, we found that it is one that can really help, like Priyen was saying, get to the center of the charge, because the charge is what you want to let go of, that emotional charge, because you can logically talk about it for a long time and it can still be there. You can still, be affected by it. It's not until you let go of that charge where now the person can rewrite the story in a way where it will actually help them versus hold them back.
So, in a way, do you not put yourself out of business as a chiropractor when you have him in the same office who can then get at the nut of why I have a stiff back? Because, sorry, Helen, I love you, but I don't need you anymore.
Or we work together, right? To me, it's all about results.
And that's where chiropractic has come and shifted as well, as in terms of the chiropractic that I do is not the typical adjustments per se, because you're right. If you have a low back issue, more than likely, if we really want to get to the heart of it, it's mental, emotional, physical things that have not been addressed that now becomes physically a detriment. And so if you're just physically trying to get rid of that problem, you're not going to get anywhere. You're going to have to go to the chiropractor for the rest of your life for that issue. It's not until you address the mental, emotional memories as well, where then the body can really relax and let go for you.
Yeah, because I've heard it, like people move out of a vicious situation that causes them all these stressors.
Yes.
And they say, enough of this, and they just get out of the job or get out of the relationship, and suddenly
their physical body changes.
I paid my chiropractor 10 less sessions. I don't need to go anymore.
Yeah.
And that's the mentality of most people. They want that instant thing, and then they don't realize that the shift isn't created. They're going to repeat the cycle.
But the thing was, the person taking the step out of something that was causing that emotional trauma.
True.
Yes, absolutely.
So I would like to know, what does the process look like? Like for somebody watching now and they're hearing all this and they want to make that shift, but what does the process look like coming to see you guys or whatever is involved? Like, how long does it take? What does it look like?
Sure. Generally, we work with people. I actually work with people in California, and I've got people who are long distance. I work with them in person or by Skype. The beauty of technology now is you can work with a person anywhere in the world with the beauty of a computer.
Okay.
So we work with them on Skype. Sessions are generally an hour to 90 minutes long, and we generally just start with a conversation. Let's just start and find out where the person's at, what do they want to do, where do they want to shift. And based upon the conversation, we create a plan for them that can really help them get the result. Bottom line for us is the clients want results. They want to go from point A to point B, and we want to help them get there and get them there in the best possible way.
But when you talk about a plan like that, I'm thinking that's almost like business coaching or something like that.
And a lot of my clients are entrepreneurs as well, so
which is great. But what's this? But the accelerated evolution, like what does that look like, and how does that? I'm trying to get a sense of how
these
it
are
works.
like specific techniques. I would love, time-wise, if we could do a process. I don't know if that's ever been done on an actual broadcast before, but to me, I'll be honest with you, the best.
Hildegard needs a lot of work.
Okay, well, timing-wise, because for me, the best way of expressing it's an experience. Do you know what I mean?
It is an experience.
That's the best way to do this. To me,
I can be glad to be the guinea pig because I just spoke to Nina.
Okay.
And I have this children's story I'm sitting on for a long time.
Yes.
And it's very important for me that it gets out. And it's kind of like my fifth child.
Okay.
That's been in the drawer for 20 years. The children grew up, did whatever, but the story is still there. So that's something.
So what's holding you back from it? Is it fear?
I don't know.
Well, what do you think it is?
I'm not afraid of. I'm
what's
just saying,
the reason? What would you say the reason's holding you back from moving this forward?
Yeah, Hildegard.
If I knew them, I probably would have moved on.
Is it procrastination?
No.
Okay, so it's not fear.
It's maybe me saying, well, I can't find the illustrator who did such a wonderful job doing 2 images, or I don't know how to fund the project, or I don't know how to work with blurb or whatever, I have a beautiful studio here. I can make an audio file, no problem. But you know what I'm saying?
No, I do. What do you think the clarity is?
But I don't really know. Because the thing is,
so
if I knew something,
here's the thing.
I would have done something about it.
Hugh, how we doing? Do we have time for that?
No, yeah, I'm
Okay.
just trying. I know you're trying to like help and he keeps talking. Right?
Okay, so how about we do this?
My problem is I talk too much, apparently.
No worries. Okay, so what I would see is one part of you is holding you back, another part wants to move forward.
Yes,
Would you be
yeah.
fair that that's two
That's the right
dynamics for you?
analysis, indeed.
Okay, so let's go for this. Let's
Yeah.
go into this. I'm gonna ask you to take off your glasses.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
The technique I'm gonna run you through, it's a very simple one, and what I'll do is just guide you. We're gonna feel holding you back, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
feel moving you forward.
Okay.
And I'll guide you through the process,
Yeah.
and we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
Sound good? So take a second, close your eyes,
Okay.
and just breathe for a second. It's a warm, beautiful day here today. Just take a moment to just get calm. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Maybe shake out your shoulders. Just get comfy. Good. Let me know when you feel settled and ready.
Yep.
Okay, good. So what I want you to do is take a moment and just feel that holding back. Really feel you with this book holding you back, all the different reasons, and then just tell me something about it.
I see a little image where a little girl was playing with a pencil. I guess it was myself being little. And somebody told me, put this away and get on with the real job.
Okay, thank you. Now take a nice deep breath in and out. I want you to come back and I want you to feel moving forward. Really feel what that looks like for you, completing it, all the things lining up for you to make it happen. And just feel that fully. Let me know when you have that. And then just tell me something about it.
Oh, it feels wonderful. It feels like when I, had some of my poems published in an anthology, and we did a reading on it, and it's people being very grateful to, and they're connected with that poem to a certain point, and it's wonderful.
Awesome.
It's joyful. It's very pleasant.
Okay, wonderful. Take a nice slow deep breath in and out. Good. And I want you to come back now, and I want you to feel again holding back. Really feel that fully. So close your eyes. In your mind, feel the feeling, though, of that holding back feeling. Take away the story for a moment, but just feel the feeling of how, whatever all these reasons are that they're holding you back. And then when you have that as strong as you can, let me know.
Okay, it's a bit challenging to get there.
So do your best. Just right now, do your best to really feel the different reasons that are holding you back from really moving this forward.
Okay.
Okay, now just tell me something about it.
It feels very heavy. It's kind of in my torso here, as if there is like a lead ball sitting there that
Gotcha.
doesn't allow me to get off the chair, so to speak.
Okay, thank you. Take a nice deep breath in and out. Good, you're doing great. I want you to come back now, and I want you to feel moving forward. Really feel that, and in your mind's eye, create that of you moving forward, having the book completed, all the things that need to be done to make that so, and just feel that, and see that in your mind's eye. Okay, tell me when you have it as strong as you can.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Now just tell me something about it.
Well, for me, that feels very light. It's like a wind blowing across the lake or a leaf floating in the air. It's the opposite of a lead ball. It's very light.
Okay, good. Awesome.
It's very easy.
Good. Now, in a second, what I want you to do, Hildegard, is I want you to take a nice, slow, deep breath in. You're going to hold it for as long as you can. And what you'll do at the same time is you're going to feel that moving forward, and you're going to feel that holding back. You're going to feel them simultaneously. And then you just let me know what happens between them. Okay? And I'll guide you through it. So take a nice, just quick breath in and out.
Okay.
Good. And now when you're ready, take a nice, slow, long, deep breath in, holding it in as long as you can. Good. And I want you to feel moving forward and feel that holding back and feel them simultaneously at the same time. Holding back, moving forward. Feel it as strong as you can, both of them. And then when you're ready, just slowly exhale. Okay, good. And just tell me, what happened between them now?
Well, it was difficult. The screen was split, like there was a lead ball and there were the leaves flying and the wind blowing.
Okay.
And then somehow it seemed like this lead ball disappeared in the meadow that I was standing on.
Okay, good. Okay, that's fantastic. We're going to go this again one more time. Take a nice deep breath in and out. Good. And I want you to come back. I want you to feel again holding back. Feel that feeling of that holding back, what's stopping you from moving this forward. Really feel it as strong as you can, and let me know when you got that. Okay, good. And just tell me something about it.
It feels uncomfortable in the stomach area.
Okay, thank you. Nice deep breath in and out. Okay, good. I want you to come back, and now I want you to feel again moving forward. Really feel you moving forward, completing this project, having the book all done. You're showing it to people. It's a finished product. Everything that had to happen has happened. Feel that fully. Let me know when you have that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Now just tell me something about it.
I see myself running somewhere. Joyously running, like a little kid running
Okay, good.
somewhere.
Okay, awesome. Fantastic. Deep breath in and out. Okay, good. I want you to come back now, and I want you to feel the holding back again. And whoever's watching this as well, they can run through this process. It's a very simple technique, but just really feel that holding back. Feel it fully, as strong as you can. That's the key. The stronger you can feel the emotion, the real better and deeper we can resolve it and dissolve it. So feel it fully, as strong as you can, and let me know when you have that.
Seems to be difficult to do.
Do your best. Just do your best to really feel it as strong as you can, whatever's left over of it. Okay, great. And now I just want you to tell me something about it.
Well, it's a little black spot right here.
Okay. Okay, take a nice slow deep breath in and out. Okay, great. I want you to come back now, and I want you to feel moving forward. Really feel that joyful feeling you've been saying about running. The book is completed. Really feel the feeling as strong as you can. Make it a 10 out of 10. Really intensify and magnify that feeling. And just let me know when you have that as the best you can. Good. And just tell me something about it.
I saw an image of me talking about the book, holding it in my hand.
Okay. Great.
People listen to it.
Wonderful. Okay, good. Now, like we had done a few seconds ago, I want you to, again in a moment, take a nice, slow, long, deep breath in. You're going to hold it for as long as you can. You'll feel both sides as long as you can, and then you'll let me know what happens, okay? So let me know when you're ready.
All right.
Okay, take a nice, slow, deep breath in. I want you to feel moving forward, and I want you to feel that holding back, and feel them both simultaneously. I actually want you to feel them as they really merge and dissolve into each other. Good. And just tell me, what happened between them?
The black dot turned into an image on the book cover. It kind of got dissolved by the image that's on the front of the book.
Okay, awesome. So take another nice deep breath in and out. Good. And just tell me, what's something you're more aware of now than you were before?
The image of the cover of the book, then the black spot.
You can open your eyes when you're ready. Good. Tell me something that was good about that process for you.
Well, what I found interesting is, as you were leading me from the lead ball to the next, the funny feeling, and then the black dot, it seemed as if it was more difficult to conjure up that sensation.
And that's the essence of
Like
it.
the lead ball of it was...
Did you notice getting it smaller and the impact on you was getting less?
It felt really, it's just too much. And then, yeah.
Now, this was roughly maybe 10 minutes we did together at Mummy?
Actually, yeah, we are at 24 minutes
No,
now.
that little process right there.
Yeah, so it probably 10 minutes.
Normally
I
our
think
sessions-
we started at 15 minutes or
Yeah, so normally our sessions are an hour to 90 minutes. This was just to give you a sampler
Wow.
of what the power of the mind could do. And see, the key of that, what I was doing was I was helping you dissolve the negative charge around all of the reasons what's holding you back.
Okay.
And by doing that, I can help you become clear of that and then start really focusing. The next step would have been to start focusing on the action steps to take to help you finish this book, get it moving forward into a completed state. So I hope you get, that's what I mean by plan. Removing the charge, starting from that space, and then creating the steps to make it happen.
I'm just becoming aware of the potential that this has, and maybe you're working with people, for instance, post-traumatic stress, soldiers coming back, people having car accidents or house fires, or, you know, first responders now, whether it is a fire or a suicide, or, you know, a lot of our police, ambulance, like, they're dealing with situations that are traumatic.
Yes, again, a lot of people in all different types of fields are going through different traumatic events. And the reality is, all of these traumatic events are creating that blockage in their mindset, which this helps to remove.
Which then impacts people's relationships, you know. Fireman coming home, how does he can't just park that in the corner, no? Or a medical
this
doctor
is the
just...
thing. Everybody's talking about PTSD these days, right? We used to think of that as just something the soldiers coming back from a war suffered, but now we're talking about, well, as you said, firemen, policemen, healthcare work, like, you know,
People
frontline.
around us.
Well,
everybody, right?
Or just little children being bullied on the sidewalk, going to school, or stuff like that, because that tends us to...
Probably everybody's got it. It's just that we label a severe case that makes someone dysfunctional
Right.
PTSD,
and this is
right?
the holistic aspect of it. And that's why I think in terms of the optimal performance coach or whatever title it is, it's really about helping people shift their lives. Because you can identify, okay, well, it might be because of this trauma or because I can't move forward with the book or whatever, but it does filter into how you do everything and your relationships with everyone in your life. And so it really is a matter of saying, okay, like that's what we're passionate about, is helping people to really shift their beingness, you know, and so...
I love that.
Yeah.
Beingness.
Yeah.
Because in the Western world, I don't know whether you grew up on that side of the planet or in the other part in Asia, my upbringing was that we are focusing so much on you have to do something, and once I have that, then I can be relaxed, right?
And
then people die
Always in search.
in search of something.
Right. And that's the nugget of the accelerated evolution, or in terms of what we do, is to help bring that back to the beingness. Because in actuality, you can do anything that you want to do as long as you have more peace and happiness within yourself. And it is helping people to kind of roundabout get back to understanding that and living from that space. Because in reality, everyone just wants to be happy. It doesn't matter what you do, whether you're a fireman or picking up garbage off the street, you know, just to clean up your space. It's everyone just wants to be happy. But we have this mindset that, oh, I got to do X, Y, Z before I can be happy. You know, and we've been running backwards in terms of our lifestyle.
So where does the spirit fit into that? Because it sounds to me you're actually talking about what, you know, the ancient wisdom of many cultures has talked about, to really be, you know, Raja, the king yoga.
Well, Hildegard, to me, that's the secret little gem of what we're doing, is that by the end of the sessions, the clients are in a state of pleroma, where they're in such a peaceful state of a higher awareness of themselves and the universe. To me, that's the beauty of this.
So it's awakening of the spirit,
Yes.
so component that nobody really talks about anymore.
That's what healing is. Healing is actually not about fixing something or taking it away. It's actually awakening. It's becoming aware and allowing that we have always been to shine through a lot easier. And that happens when we start to remove the quote-unquote blocks.
So can you give us an example maybe from, we don't want names or anything, but maybe of some examples of what happened when somebody came to see you and you did the process, and then what happened to them afterwards?
Oh, I'll tell you one of my athletes. I work with an athlete who shifted completely. I mean, sports is a big thing in our society.
Yeah.
Professional sports, the players have a lot of pressure. There's a lot of attention on them. And unfortunately, what happens is that they don't get to perform as well. But they have the talent. What's the missing link? So just working with some of the things in their mind, helping them overcome the pressure and some of the fears, it's helped them perform better. I mean, I have clients who work, entrepreneurs who've taken their business to another level. And for us, that's what our passion is. Helping them in whichever field they're in, take it to another level. Really get better results in their business, in their life. We work with relationships, couples. I mean, in over 18 years now, we've worked with many different clients. Over 10,000 clients I've been part of, helping them in different areas of their life.
Now, I'm just curious if there are any, maybe a slightly different category, and it's my question, is there maybe anyone who suffers from a particular diagnosis, like medical diagnosis, that you are able to successfully treat with this?
Well, and that's where, in terms of like chiropractic and even hypnosis, we never say that we treat anything. You know,
I knew I was using the wrong word.
Yeah, and it is actually, you know, and like I can speak for myself, when someone comes in and they have a specific cancer, I will definitely communicate right off the bat that it's not about, we're not working together to get rid of your cancer. What we're going to start to do is get you mentally, emotionally, and physically as clear as possible so that your body can get back to doing what it was designed to do, which is self-heal and self-regulate.
That's a great, because we hear that cancer can often be tied to an emotional
All diseases
aspect, right?
created from
All
stress.
diseases,
All
actually.
diseases created from stress.
But that's that's a really good example.
Right.
And I'm just, have you seen, any, where somebody has really been able to defeat their cancer with your help?
Personally, in terms of cancer, and I'm not saying that, again, that I was the only one working with them, but cancer, autoimmune diseases, which are so prevalent right now in terms of, just thyroid problems, gut problems, things like that, digestive problems. Ultimately, it does come down to the mental, emotional,
And then, so that makes me think about, we're under a lot of environmental stress in terms of toxins that we ingest through our food supply, air pollution, whatever's in the water.
But it's, absolutely we are. But again, it's the mindset, is that, can we make certain choices consciously to be as clean as possible, but not to fear so much the pollution and this and that, and I only have to eat this food, or I only have to eat this, or it's going to hurt me, because now you're playing that polarity again. And so it's, okay, consciously, what do I choose with the best of my ability to put into my body? But the ultimate thing is, how do I keep myself spiritually, mentally, emotionally as strong as possible, so my vibrancy, my radiance, and my energy is able to handle whatever stressors that might come a lot easier. And so again, it's kind of, yes, you want to be educated and make your conscious choices, but at the same time, the whole point of it is to understand that we are greater than sometimes we allow ourselves to be, in terms of our own potential power of healing and so forth.
Now that's a great point. Because people say that. People say, "Oh, we contain the entire universe within us," or that we're really able to, if we're really able to use everything that we have, our total capabilities, we can transcend dimensions and stuff like that.
Yep. Then that's a whole other conversation.
I was just going to say, we're going to have
other
a talk
conversation.
on your various inputs, because I'm guessing you have some very interesting backgrounds. And how the two of them obviously met.
And even how we
together.
met. That's a
Well,
show
how did
right
that
there.
happen?
How did that happen?
Yeah, what's
If
that?
you're willing
I'm
to
from
divulge.
the States.
She's from Chicago.
I'm from
and
Chicago.
from Toronto. And we met in Peru at Machu Picchu.
Oh, yes. Wow.
So I
the
had my own
synchronicities
practice.
of all that to happen for us to meet.
Yeah.
To me, there's no chance. It was meant to be.
Yeah.
And that is what helps healing as well, right? When these coincidences, which of course, in my opinion, are not coincidences
They're not. I
at all,
agree. Yes.
then the angels show up, sometimes without wings, sometimes in different shapes and sizes.
But it just
And we
even-
become sensitive enough to recognize that.
If you're aware of this, if you're aware of it, yes, they're happening all the time.
And
Even
I
the
think-
connection, and every day there's people that you'll meet that we're meant to meet, but it's just a choice of, do you somehow contact
Open
with them
to
or
it.
open to it?
Yeah.
Exactly. And I think it's that awareness of putting all these pieces that we could be choosing to focus on? Do we take them, or do we choose another set of pieces? It's kind of like expanding
Right.
our perception from just looking at one brick in the wall, or we're going to look at a bigger picture.
Well, and when you
So-
do these processes, and when in even meditation, and there's so many different modalities and ways of doing it, but then when you remove all the things that are creating those blockers, then it becomes like, oh yes, I can see this. Oh yes, of course this would happen. You know, and those synchronicities are just much, much more powerful.
And
you know?
that's when the real fun happens,
Yeah.
right? Like, I'm hoping that we get that message across today,
Yeah.
that really anything is possible,
Everything
coming from
is
the
possible.
inside out.
Everything?
Yes.
Right?
I believe so.
Anything
I
is
believe
possible.
it's limitless.
It's just choice.
Yeah.
It's just choice.
Okay.
Does everybody have choice? Because some people say, well, sounds good for you, but I don't think I have choice.
I
Last
think
version of that
everybody
one?
has choice.
And that's their choice not to choose.
Yeah, exactly.
That's an awesome note to end on. How can we get in touch with you? How can people contact you? Where are you practicing, here in Toronto, or where?
Yeah,
are
we
you?
have 2 clinics, one in Brampton, one in Mississauga. Can we give our phone number?
Yeah.
647-740-4044. Our website, we have 2. One is resultshappen.com and acceleratedevolution.ca.
Okay, perfect. Great. Thank you so very much.
Thank
It was
you.
awesome
Thank you, guys.
serving you.
Appreciate it.
So people can just go to those websites. The first step, just to go there and then make
And they
make
can
contact.
contact
Right?
We'll go
us,
from there.
and we'll go from there.
That's awesome. Okay,
Thank you
guys.
so much for the taste of how you are working.
Oh, I'd love
really
to do
appreciate
more
Well-
of
it.
that.
It was
That was
nice.
just a
Thank you.
sampler.
We're going to be at your book signing, so let
Yes.
us know when it is.
Nice.
There's a good thought.
So our next conversation is going to be all about the transdimensional stuff. Okay?
Oh, we'd love to.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
Sounds
Okay.
great.
All right, guys.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank
I
you
think-
so much.
I think that's it for the show, Hildegard.
Thank you so much.
Right? That was good.
Love it.
Yeah.
See you again soon.
All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Have a
right
good
here,
weekend.
GodChannel.com.
Stay cool.